Good morning. Good morning, Simone Anliker from Switzerland.
Hello, Oki. I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah. So, welcome. Good morning, blooming ladies. This is a new column from us to be in the picture. It's a Super Bloomer special. And we do an interview with one of our bloomers. And today the first guest is Simone Anliker. And she was already in the, how do we call it, in the spotlight last week for the first time, and she will be my first guest also in the Super Bloomer special. So tomorrow, this morning, we speak about a new book. It's a bestseller on Amazon. It's about a diet, the power of the Dyad Meditation, and she's a bestseller on Amazon in 24 hours. Dick Hindley. Wow, isn't that special? I know about this Dyad meditation, and it's really fun because everybody does this meditation with himself, and that's good. Everything is good. But this special Dyad meditation we do together, and you introduced me with this Dyad meditation. We did it last year together, and I was really impressed. So I want to let the bloomers know too. So please, Simone, do you want to tell something about yourself? What trauma?
Yes, I'm happy. Yes, I'm actually I'm a trauma practitioner. I won't call me a therapist, but a practitioner. I have done courses with Dr. Lawrence Heller. So it is developmental trauma. And the reason why I chose this is because I'm also a certified trainer for nonviolent communication. And having this kind of communication and then realizing very often there's much more underneath. So we need to really look at our biography, and there the NARM is really a helpful thing. And then, as you said, yes, I'm just now a newly published author, which is really fun.
Let me see your book. It's behind you. Can you show it?
Yeah, I have even a closer one here.
Wow.
So I really enjoy it. So it's the
and
power
of see these two people on the cover.
Yes, the illustrations are done by a lady in Switzerland. She's actually, I think she's Danish. She is Stine Engeli. And she also knows the Dyad meditations, and also comes from the background of nonviolent communication. So when she knew that I was writing the book, she contacted me, and she did really nice illustrations. So the Dyad actually means two people sitting across from each other, either in person or online. And then through a special process, they go into a meditative state, being present for each other. So that's
So let me tell you how special this is also to share this Dyad meditation. We will do this Dyad meditation this week together. We will offer some Dyad meditation on Wednesday. And how does this work? You do it together, and there's a question.
Yeah, we do it together. So when I was preparing for our talk this morning, I opened my book, and the first thing that came up was this beautiful quote by Marianne Williamson. And I quoted it in the book, and she said, "Heaven is entered 2 by 2." And that really captures what's happening in this Dyad meditation. Dyad meaning two people facing each other, like on a computer, like the two of us now, or when we're in real life. And one person asking a question, and then being present, silently being present. And that's just by itself a huge gift. And the other person receiving the question or inquiry. It's actually more an inquiry. And then tuning inside, and then listening what's emerging. And the beauty in this form of meditating with each other is that whatever comes up is being spoken out into that, I call it a sacred space we're creating. And you know, what always touches me deeply is we are really being welcomed with whatever is coming up and who we are. And that by itself is just such a healing for many of us. When we are who we are, we haven't been received in like we
The
haven't
love,
been received as a blooming lady or a bloom.
yeah. Yeah.
So in that diet is really to help to focus inside, speak out what comes alive, and being received by this other person.
Mm-hmm.
So it has a lot to do with truly authentic expression who we are and being fully welcomed and received. And after 5 minutes, that goes for 5 minutes, we switch, and the whole process is for 40 minutes actually. So we have 8 times switching, listening, being present, and then speaking again fully authentically. And it's just really beautiful. So it's
so you have a lot of experience with this that I told you you have to write this in a book, and you did. So I'm so proud of you that you did. And for how long are you doing this every day? Can you share?
Well, I learned it 2008. I learned the process by one of my colleague and teacher, Robert Gonzalez. I really like to name also.
Yeah, for sure.
Name out just to honor. And he himself learned it from the original creator of that process. That's Charles and Ava Berner. They created the process 50 years ago. So at that time it's still called the Enlightenment Intensive, and now it changed. So over time, people picking up. So now, in my situation, I call it the global Dyad meditation process, because we're doing it globally on the internet. And
tell me how this works, this global meditation, because every morning, 7 o'clock, isn't it?
It's actually, we started with Sunday evening 3 years ago, when I had this inspiration of making this global and inviting people on a internet platform. Now Zoom makes it possible. So I started it three years ago, and then we had only Sunday evenings for Europe.
And now, how is it now?
Now we have every morning 7 o'clock. And it is in 2 languages. So German-speaking people come, and then the rest of the world who is coming, who can speak English. So we have, people can choose if they want to have it in German or in English. And then we have every morning and every afternoon at 4 o'clock. So every morning European time at 7 o'clock. It lasts for an hour 15 minutes, if you also stay for the sharing. And also in the afternoon from 4 till 5 or 5:15, and Sunday evenings.
So for the listeners, when I understand well, there is always every day a new question.
No, actually what we did, my experience was that it's good to stay with a set of questions. So I offer 4 questions. You can choose if you just want to stay with one. I offer 4 questions, and we stay for 2 to 3 weeks. We stay with the same set of questions. And it's so interesting because every diet is different, and it's also about, I want to be in that present moment. So when you ask me the question, so like one of the questions this morning is being together in loving presence. How is that? And even when I say this, and we are kind of in a diet now too, just letting this in, being in that loving present, how is that? And it will be different every day, because every moment is going to be different. So it's practicing being in the present moment.
It's a beautiful ritual every day, or twice a day. And you do this global. How many participants you have every day?
Well, we used to have around 15 to 20 people, but when COVID and the lockdown started, so many people who knew about it but haven't taken the chance yet. So we were up to 40 people on a regular, like almost every day. And we have people from United States, like the East Coast. Sometimes it's like 10 o'clock for them in the evening. Then we have Europeans, and then we have people from Asia, like Bali and Indonesia, and sometimes Singapore, till Australia, and the farthest away are the people from New Zealand.
I love your enthusiasm, Simone. And I think you told me also it's very helpful with people with depression to come out of the bed, to stand up and
It's the
some meaning
subtitle.
to the day. Yeah.
The subtitle of the book is actually, it's the new way of meditating in times of loneliness and social stress. And the reason why I chose this subtitle is because there is actually research by the Max Planck Institute who did some research on the diets, and they found out that when people do this on a regular basis, it really helps for people who are lonely or feeling depressed, not feeling well, to have a space where they can, where they are received and being listened to, and not being, it's not a therapy. One of the feedbacks of the lady, she's from Belgium, Mirella, she said, you know, this is therapy without a therapist.
Yes.
The therapist is actually me, myself, because I take time, and of course you and your presence, but that by itself is really helpful. So yes, it helps people who feel lonely, who feel depressed, who feel, sometimes even when I'm really upset or so, to go into a diet.
It brings some rest. So it's good for everybody to start, a good start of the day, isn't it?
I would say it's theoretically it's for everybody, and it's also, of course, some people really have a hard time to just focus on themselves. So it's not so much, it's actually much more about, am I able to trust the process and give myself in, open up to new experiences, which are really dear to us. So yeah.
So I would really love that the blooming ladies will connect with this new method, the diet. So thank you for your offer that next Wednesday, I will put this interview on the blooming site, and we will put a link on it so they can participate on this diet meditation on Wednesday morning, 9 o'clock. You are very invited to participate on this diet meditation, and there will be a question, and you will have a wonderful start of your day. And isn't that fun?
And I would invite them just to be aware that it's not just the 5 minutes. So what I think it's a good, we don't do a whole cycle, but what we do, I would like to have each person like 2 rounds. So each person 5 minutes. So the meditation itself is about 20 minutes. And with the intro, I would say we to invest about maybe 30 minutes.
Okay.
So
then the blooming ladies will know that it will cost 30 minutes, and you have a wonderful start of the day and a connection, and we have a raffle also. So it's possible that you will have a kind of diet book for yourself when you participate. So isn't this fun? So I invite you with Simone to go in the diet meditation, and we will go out in breakout sessions. So in the breakout room, and then we can do together with somebody. You don't know who it will be, so it's quite an adventure, a nice adventure for yourself.
That's actually something also really enjoyable to, especially on the online platform. People are coming together, and sometimes you meet, very often you meet with some person you have never met before, and even you don't know each other. It's possible to go into such a deep connection. So yes, the first time people are a bit nervous, they don't know how this all works, but because it's such a safe and sacred space, we very quickly can go and relax into that.
And I think it's nice for the blooming society, the blooming lady society, to connect with each other. So you see other people. Maybe we do it another time, Simone, when you want to offer. It's really nice. And you invited them to participate on the global meditation if you want to. Yeah.
The one today.
So it's all for free. It's all for free. So yeah. Let's do this. So, Simone, thank you. Is there anything you want to share about the book?
I think for the moment, what I like to share, Ofkia, is really also my gratitude to you, because I had this idea 3 years ago, and when I was at your place, and I think it's about a 9 months baby now, when we started, and you said, okay, now let's get going with the book. So I started writing quickly after after I was at your place, and then now it's there. It's manifested, and it feels so. You know why I'm so grateful? Because it's something like I had this soul calling to do this, bring the word out. And you and Keith, you were a big part in getting
facilitated. A bit. Yeah. So I believe in that. When you are on a mission, I'm selling missions. So this is one of my missions too, that to bring this to the global world. And there's also my mission to share it with the blooming ladies. So there will be Wednesday an opportunity. I will keep you posted. I start with posting this video, and then there will be a raffle, and there will be a meditation on Wednesday. So thank you, Simone, for your generosity.
Thank you so much.
And your mission, and have a wonderful day. Wish you all success with your new book.
Thank you, Afke. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.